Hey guys, what's going on? mcoc here, and today we have an account tour. I figured I'd do one since I finally got my first rank 5 6-star, which is Bishop, so we will start with him. I'm pretty much just going to go over all my rank 4s and explain why I have them at rank 4, and then kind of go over some notable rank 3s that I still have at just rank 3, and then show you guys everything else. So without further ado, let's just start talking about Bishop. Bishop's my favorite mutant by far. He's my only mutant past rank 4 or past rank 3. He was my only rank 4 mutant for the longest time, and I don't have any other mutants at rank 4, so that shows kind of how I feel about the mutant class overall. But I think Bishop's one of the most meta relevant mutants right now. He's really annoying to fight on defense. Nimrod can't really shut him down, whereas most other mutants are shut down by Nimrod, so it's kind of like it makes the whole mutant class kind of irrelevant. And then there aren't really many skilled defenders that you really need a strong RPG counter for. The most notable ones that can trip you up are Korg, Kingpin, Mole Man. They can slow you down quite a bit, and Bishop counters them perfectly fine. He's also a good counter to Mantis, Atuma, and also Baron Zemo in my opinion, because he doesn't place many debuffs on the opponent. So he's pretty good for Baron Zemo for that. So I think Bishop's one of the most relevant mutants in the game right now, and he's a safe investment to take to rank 5 because he's always going to be annoying on defense, at least in my opinion. Next up we have Surfer. I don't know if I have to click on him to explain it. He was one of my first few rank 4 6-stars because of prestige, but I also love the character. We'll pull him up. He's just a beast. He's a lot of fun to use. He's great in battlegrounds. Just all around fun character. I find him very flexible to use in battlegrounds. Next up we have Sorcerer Supreme. She was my third rank 4, I think, second or third rank 4. I took her up during the High Ground and Unstoppable Armor Alliance War era, and she's just a ton of fun to use. She's one of my favorite mystics in the game. She's just a blast, and she was in my prestige for a while. But I have a lot of fond memories of her because she's just a super good champ. I always felt like I couldn't die with her. Next up we have Infamous Iron Man. He's a Bishop counter as well as insane prestige, and I think he's going to age very well. They're going to design mutant champs that he's a perfect counter for, I think. So he's a lot of fun. He's not one of my favorites right now, but he's pretty good. Next up we have Rintra. I love Rintra. I think he's the second best mystic in the game right now. He's just amazing. He's a lot of fun. Sig 200, a lot of people like having him at lower Sig. I prefer the higher Sig. You can get around the insane power gain from failing buffs by just dropping a special 1, and that will also give you mystical charges as well as push you further into their corner. So it's not like the power gain's bad. It's it's actually pretty decent in my opinion, at least. Next up we have Night Thrasher, who is my all-time favorite champion in the game. Some of you guys who are newer to my channel probably think it's Overseer, but Night Thrasher is my #1, and he always has been. I've loved him ever since I started ever since I started Act 4. I got him as a 4-star, and I just loved him. He countered so many things for me when I was starting out, and I don't know. If I had gotten a skill gem, I would have taken Night Thrasher to rank 5. So he's a beast. He's one of my favorite characters. He's kind of underrated, but he also is in that camp of needing a slight value buff in my opinion. He could easily get like the Mr. Fantastic style buff, where his debuffs are extended by 3 seconds because their base duration is 12 seconds. So if you add 3 seconds, it's 15. Makes them easier to use, less stressful. Maybe some pausing on them with a heavy attack for X amount of seconds like Mr. Fantastic has. That's pretty much all he needs in my opinion to be relevant, because he's just a little stressful to play. But yeah, I love Night Thrasher. He's one of my favorites. I-Bomb I think was either my second or third. I took him up the same day I took Sorcerer up. I had gotten a Science Gem from I think Act 7 Explorations, what it was, and I already had Overseer ranked up, so I took up I-Bomb because of Mystic Dispersion, the Alliance War tactic where certain champs can't gain buffs. I can't remember what that one was called, Defiance or something like that. But I know the defense tactic was Mystic Dispersion. I can't remember what the attack tactic was. I don't think it'll be in here because it's probably gone. Yeah, it's gone. But I know there's a buff immune pool of champs. He was one, and he was just absolutely bonkers. He was amazing, and he was a workhorse for me. Next up we have Sasquatch. This was more of a defense rank up for Battlegrounds, but I love Sasquatch. He's a beast. He's fun to use on attack. He's a sneaky two-way in Battlegrounds is what I like to call it. He's got a really big special too, and you could have some pretty quick fights with him if you enter Wrath early. So yeah, Sasquatch is fun. I love him. He's just a lot of fun. Next up we have Valkyrie, another great character. I kind of like the oddball skill champs, if that makes sense. Like, she's not really odd, she's very common because of her high prestige, but her kit is not very like common, you know what I mean? Like, you gotta hit the block a lot and throw the special 2 into the block, and it's just not like your common style play. And like, I kind of like that. It's like a funky play style, and I think it's cool. It's a lot of fun. She's super useful because of that, because it can allow you to bypass so many things. So yeah, she's fun. She feels unique to me, even though she's still one of the most common rank ups. She's just, her play style is a lot of fun and unique. Next up we have Nimrod. This dude's the ultimate mutant destroyer. When he first came out, a lot of people were kind of just like, yeah, okay, Nimrod's cool, he's good, but they didn't realize how well he shuts down the mutant class until Toad and Sauron came out. Like, everyone's just like, okay, cool, we have a kitty counter, but they didn't really like realize that like Nimrod is the beast. So yeah, he's just amazing. I probably would have taken him to rank 5 if I got a cosmic gem. If I had gotten a tech gem, if I had gotten a cosmic gem, it would have been Hulkling. I love Hulkling. He's probably my favorite cosmic in the game right now. He's just a beast, and the difference between Sig 20 and Sig 200 is like 3 seconds on the Fury buff, which is like a full combo and some hits. So it could be the difference between, like, I don't know, 50,000 damage or not. So I think it's pretty cool. It's a really decent benefit, and he's just a lot of fun to use. He's an amazingly designed character, amazing two-way in Battlegrounds. Next up we have my Boo Thing, Overseer. This is my second favorite champ of all time. I'd probably use him the most. Like, Night Thrasher's my top favorite of all time, but I wanted a science gem instead of skill. But I got mutant. But like, my top wanted gem for the rank 5 was Overseer, because I just use Overseer so much. Like, doesn't matter what tactic there is, I'm always using him in Alliance War. I feel comfortable with him in Battlegrounds, so I get a crappy matchup, I feel like I can still come out on top using him, unless they have like some crazy textbook matchup. But he's one of my favorite champs in the game. Like I said, he's number 2. If I had started out and gotten him instead of like Night Thrasher and had the, you know, memories with him, I probably would have liked him a lot more. But he's amazing. He's one of my favorites. Absorbing Man I got lucky with in like some early access calves, and took him to rank 4 Sig 160 pretty quickly, just saving the last 40 Sigs just in case for the featured, because I know I'll probably dupe him a couple times and I didn't want to waste any Sigs. Even though they're super common to get, I just don't want to waste any. But this dude, I think, is probably a top 3 Mystic in the game. I said this in my war video that I posted, I think yesterday is when you guys are going to be seeing this, so yeah, yesterday. If you don't need buff control and you don't need power control, Absorbing Man is probably like the top Mystic you can bring. And he has targeted buff control, so he targets Indestructible, Unstoppable, Immortality, and Unblockable, and just reduces their duration by 90%. So he gets rid of like the most annoying buffs there are. And he just doesn't really have any like power control that's super meaningful, other than like blocking attacks while in Refined. You steal some of the power. But yeah, he's a brawler in the Mystic class, and I love the design. The immunities are amazing, the energy resistances are amazing. I took Weapon Next on node 22 today in War, and I was in Magma mode, so I was Incinerate immune, but the energy resistance that I had was like 80% energy resistance, so the shock debuffs were like doing nothing to me, just providing willpower healing. So this dude's like one of the best Mystic champs in the game, just because of his immunities and resistances. And I don't think he's broken. I just think he's like super balanced. You kind of have to like pick your poison, know what you're doing with him, and yeah, he's just a beast. Like, he's super good. I love Absorbing Man. Next up we have Null. He is he's pretty damn good. I was late to getting Null. I got him from some, I think, Cosmic Abyss Nexus crystals, and I got lucky. I was targeting him. He was one of the last Cosmics that I didn't have in the basic pool, and he's really good. He's a cool cosmic because he doesn't rely on buffs for his damage. It's all debuffs. So he's just a really cool design in my opinion for that reason, and he's a unique cosmic. He's got true accuracy on his mediums, heavies, and special 1, and he places 10 armor breaks on the opponent on a special 2. He's just really good, and he's an awesome champ to have. I took him up because of the electric defense battlegrounds meta, and he served me pretty well. He's a great two-way because you can run 3 out of 3 inequity. You don't need 3 out of 3 for the benefits, but I always run 3 out of 3. But inequity reduces the opponent's attack by 36%, I believe, so it's like they have a permanent taunt on them that's just reducing their attack, or weakness, I mean. Next up, we have Man-Thing, who is like probably one of my favorite mystics of all time, if not my favorite mystic of all time. He's a beast. I really want to get him to Sig 200 because his regen is actually pretty potent at Sig 200. And he's a lot of fun. He's an amazing two-way in Battlegrounds in my opinion. He scares a lot of people, especially the 5 out of 5 Mystic Dispersion. He's just amazing. Man-Thing's great. I love him. Next up, we have Terrax. I took him up. I can't remember when, but he's a beast as well. I say that about all my rank 4s, but Terrax is an awesome defender because inequity can stack up the armor breaks on the opponent, reducing their attack as well. And Sig 200 Terrax, you either have to have a perfect counter against him in Battlegrounds, or you have to wait out the rock field initially, or you're going to take chip damage. So he's a really good defender for that reason, just because he can buy you points. So yeah, he's fun, and he was also my first rank 3. I don't think a lot of people know that, but he was my Thronebreaker rank 3 back in the day. He's pretty cool. Next up, we have Thing. I took him to rank 4 Sig 200 for Battlegrounds defense mainly, as well as incursions, but I haven't really done anything in incursions since it got buffed. I only did like 1 Sector 9 run, and I didn't even go that far, so Thing's been cool. He's a great defender. But Mordo, I took him up, I think, semi-recently. This dude is an absolute menace. I think I took him up right before the electric defense meta as well because of how good I thought he was going to be, and he actually was really good. You can knock out opponents without pushing them up to past 10 hits and getting that armor on them. I actually have a video. I'll link a bunch of notable videos in the comment section below in the pinned comment on like some of these champs that I'm talking about. But like Mordo is just a beast. I love him. He's, again, not your typical mystic. He punishes buffs by dealing damage for each buff on the opponent for Soul Barb on the special 2. And if they don't have buffs on them, you can just spam special 1 and the degen stacks up. And then his heavies also slap like super hard. It's like 25,000 damage when you crit on a heavy attack with 15 Fury buffs. So he's amazing. I love him. He's just a ton of fun to use. He's kind of like Scorpion, where you have to like charge your heavy and cancel and do a special attack, but his heavy charge is a lot shorter. Next up, we have Darkhawk. I think this was like my 7th rank 4. I love Darkhawk so much. He's one of my favorite tech champs in the game. If Prestige wasn't a thing and Darkhawk was a little bit more relevant and probably got a buff and was more modern, I'd probably take him to rank 5 just because I love him so much. If he could like pick pre-fights for each mode, that'd be amazing. Probably be a little broken with stealth mode, but I'd love me some rank 5 Darkhawk. He's a sleeper defender a lot of the time in Battlegrounds. A lot of people are just like, yeah, I could just Magneto him, and that's true, but like if you don't get Magneto, he's really good. In this Power Shield meta, you have to knock down the opponent with a heavy attack to reset your Flux Dispersal charges, but that activates his shield mode, and he'll just auto block. So he's a sleeper defender a lot of the time, and he's just a lot of fun. I've actually won matches with him on attack when I use a special 3, but it has to be like they have a crappy matchup. But Darkhawk's one of my favorite champs in the game. Next up, we have Warlock. This is my 10th rank 4. My girlfriend picked this one. I got a mystic gem, or no, a tech gem from I don't know when. I think 8.1. And I let my girlfriend pick, and she chose Warlock. That video was a lot of fun. So yeah, I like Warlock. Hitmonkey is my most recent rank 4. And again, like I said earlier, I kind of like those crazy rank 4s, if that makes sense, like unique rank 4s. And Hitmonkey is a beast. He's not super unique, but like the guaranteed crits on the medium, first light, and second medium, I think are really cool and have a lot of utility. He cancels out evade with Assassin's Cunning, which I think is really cool. The guaranteed crits also are relevant versus Quicksilver, who is also kind of annoying on defense, but Hitmonkey also works for Thing. So like Hitmonkey's just kind of more relevant now, which is really cool to see. I've always liked him. He just, you know, never really wanted to take him to rank 4 until like one night I just randomly took him from rank 1 to rank 4. But yeah, he's my most recent one. Took up Penny Parker a while back. She's just an amazing defender, decent two-way. I'm still not a fan of using her on attack all too much, but yeah, she's just awesome. Gallon, not much needs to be said about this guy. He's a beast. Super good against armor up champs, Nimrod, champs who try to power burn, power drain, you know, all that stuff. He's just a beast. Symbiote Supreme, this is one of my favorite mystics in the game too. Kind of fell in love with him during the Sick and Tired Conduit meta in War. And then also this one, I really haven't used him much because I got Absorbing Man, but he was a great rank 4 option for me just because the extra health, the increased attack. It was like one special 3 and like 10 hits after they're dead. You don't even have to launch just like another special 2, so he's just awesome. Super Scroll, this was a defense rank up, but I just love Super Scroll. He's a lot of fun. I think he's actually quite useful on attack in Battlegrounds as a two-way against certain champs like Nimrod, Warlock. If you don't have a good option against them, I mean, Super Scroll can work. A lot of people will draft a counter to Super Scroll, so if they do that, you can just use them against their Nimrod and Warlock and put up 52,000 points, which is pretty decent. It's all meta dependent. I took up Vision Arcus for defense as well, but he's also great for the electric defense meta in Battlegrounds that we had, the victory track. I also just love Vision Arcus. I think he's super underrated. He's heavily slept on. I might make a showcase video on him in the future, but we will see. Hercules is rank 3. I think this is when we start getting to the rank 3s. Let me filter by rank 4 again, just to filter that out. And then 6 stars. Yeah, so last one is Stark Spidey. Stark Spidey's like probably the reason I started playing this game. Actually, he is the reason I started playing this game, because I think it was Far From Home. It was either, no, it was Far From Home. No, it was Homecoming. I can't remember when it was. No, it was Homecoming, because Far From Home was Stealth Suit. So Homecoming, I was in the movie theater and they played an ad for mcoc and Stark Spidey was on the screen. I'm like, what is this game? It looks like fun. So I downloaded it. I'm like, my mission's to get this Stark Spidey, and I got him as a 3-star, maxed him out, and that was super cool. Played it for about a month and then like just dropped the game. Picked it up like a year and a half later again, and then sold my 3-star Stark Spidey for ISO because I got Groot as my first rank 4 and I sold him, used the ISO. Leveled up my Groot, who I didn't know at the time was worse. I just thought 4-star equals better. So yeah, that was funny. Fun times. But yeah, that's my total set of rank 4s. Comment below if any of them are like interesting to you guys. I feel like they're all pretty common other than like Darkhawk and Night Thrasher. But yeah, I'm interested to hear what you guys think, because I'm really happy with my set of rank 4s. I'm actually pretty proud of like how unique they are. I could probably get Bishop in there too, because I have no mutants other than Bishop. But yeah, now we can start filtering by class, just so you guys can see like what I'm working with now for rank 3s. Couple notable ones. Mr. Fantastic was one of my favorite science champs, moving my way up through the war maps, like the war tiers. He was just a workhorse for me. He carried me super hard, and I was super confident with him, and I just haven't used him in like 12 seasons now. It's been a while. I'd love a reason to use Mr. Fantastic again in War, but with the tactics and everything and how strict they are and how like you really want to use the attack tactic to counter, I kind of don't use Mr. Fantastic all too much, but I'd love to see that change. He's also a really good counter to Absorbing Man, but we got Quicksilver here, who I need to take to rank 4 Sig 200 for Prestige. Scorpion here, who's just amazing in Battlegrounds. Spidey 99, who I got super late, but he's just an amazing war champ. I never really use him because I'm using Overseer, but he's good to have in the back pocket. We've got Ant-Man here. I actually love Ant-Man. He's a great counter to Absorbing Man as well. If Ant-Man was just a little bit faster for Battlegrounds, I would take him to rank 4 in a heartbeat. I love Ant-Man, the character. It's just a lot of fun. Mr. Negative is rank 3. I'd love to take him to rank 4 soon, because it would really help him out in Battlegrounds for me. And then we have Torch at rank 3. He doesn't really need rank 4 yet, in my opinion. iHulk can stay there. He doesn't need it. Joe, he's fun, but I don't think I'd take him up. And then I have the 2 buff candidates down here, ranked up, ready to go. I don't know if they're going to be good or not. I mean, Hulk's beta was really good, but I'd be surprised to see if it stays as broken as it was with the stun loop or whatever. And I don't know anything about Spidey other than the visual overhaul that got leaked. But yeah, that's why I ranked them, because the visual overhaul is cool. Next up we have skill. I've got quite a lot of skill champs. We got Stealth Spidey, who's really good. I enjoy using him quite a lot. Shang-Chi, who I ranked down Mole Man for to rank up, so I ranked down Mole Man and rank up Shang-Chi. Falcon, he's just Falcon. You know what Falcon does. Falcon does Falcon things, and you gotta have a Falcon in your roster. He's just, no one else does what he does as well as he does, if that makes sense. OG Black Panther, who got the visual rework. I had him up before that. I always thought his kit was cool. Jabari Panther, I think, is an amazing champ and someone who I've been considering taking to rank 4 just because of how unique she is. She's got cleanse charges. When you hit the opponent, she gets a cleanse, so it makes her really good for like hazard shift, eye bomb, Jessica Jones, because the cleanse counters Jessica Jones. So Jabari is someone that I've been considering taking up to rank 4, and she's just also like really good. Her damage is insane. Like, if you play her correctly, like one special 2 loop is like 250,000 damage. So she's really good. She's really good. She might be my next rank 4 in the skill class. We have Black Widow. I took her up for Battlegrounds. I have not used her much since. She's good. She's fast, but I just don't use her much. We got Nick Fury. Not much needs to be said about him or Kingpin. They're just 2 of the best skill champs in the game, or the 2 best. I took up Crossbones recently for this Battlegrounds meta, specifically the electric defense, and he was good to have, but I'm not the biggest fan of Crossbones like play style. It just doesn't mesh well with how I play the game. I don't like the dash back and hold block mechanic. We have Squirrel Girl at rank 3, who's someone I'm gonna like try to invest in. She's like nutty at Sig 200, pun intended. Her damage is bonkers at Sig 200. But then we got Taskmaster down here at Sig 40. He's good, but he really needs high Sig, and I don't know when I'm gonna do that. We've got Blade down here at Sig 20. I'd love to take him to rank 4 soon to go with my rank 4 Starkey. Blade's just amazing. He's seeing a resurgence because of Spot, Gallon, America Chavez. He's just relevant again now, which is really cool. Karnak, who I died with in war. I still love him, but yeah, I just wish he had like one more piece of utility, and then I would actually consider taking him to rank 4. I think he's really cool. And then the last one that we have is Winter Soldier. He's just fun for the Killmonger synergy. I think it's a cool synergy. It makes him Star-Lord-esque. So he's just fun. Next up we have Mutant, which I have a lot of rank 3s in here. Gambit was for Prestige back in the day. I still like him, but I just never use him. Archangel, not much needs to be said. Captain Britain, I actually quite like her. I just don't think I would take her to rank 3. I think Bishop does what she does 10 times better, and there's like no reason to rank up Captain Britain right now, for me specifically. I just want to say that. She also gets really good block proficiency with her Sig. Sunspot's amazing. He's just, his relevancy like skyrocketed with Battlegrounds coming out. He's a really good like nuke option. Strife is really good actually for these like new skill champs that are coming out, like Atuma and Baron Zemo. Strife is like a perfect counter to Zemo and Atuma. So I don't know, I might rank 4 Strife soon, but he's just not as good as I would hope in Battlegrounds. He's kind of slow. APOC, the like most annoying mutant in the mutant class. He's so good at everything that he makes everyone else feel irrelevant. So yeah, he's just annoying. I probably won't be taking him to rank 4 anytime in the future because he's just like butt cheeks in Battlegrounds like 99% of the time. So yeah, he's just not someone I'm interested in. Got Sabretooth here. I took him to rank 2 as like my second rank 2 6-star or something like that. And then I just like, you know what, he's at rank 2. I'm gonna just get him to rank 3 because I don't like having champs at rank 2. I think I only have 1 right now. Storm, she's an amazing mutant. I'd consider taking her to rank 4 if she had like one more piece of utility, because right now she's just damage, and if they purify her stun, she gains more damage. Weapon X is someone I would actually take to rank 4 because I just really like him. He's a good defender, although Nimrod shuts him down. He's a lot of fun, and he's also decent on attack. I've had speedy attack times with him in Battlegrounds. Deadpool X-Force, I liked his buff at first, but he's kind of like, I don't know, I just don't like him that much anymore. X23, I took her out for EOP Scorpion back when he was there for the 1 week or whatever. White Mags was one of my first rank 2s as a 6-star. I love him. I'd probably take him to rank 4 if I had more materials for him. I'm kind of waiting for 8.2 whenever that comes out, see if they give us a class gem. Nightcrawler, I love him. I just think he needs a slight tweak to be a little bit better. Magneto, I don't really love Magneto. He's kind of annoying. I like the white Mags better. Red Mags is eh. I mean, he's broken, but like he's annoying. Rogue, I took up to rank 3 for EOP Karina's Volume 3, and I never used her. Iceman, I took him to rank 3 before his buff was announced, but that's a welcome thing because I think he's going to be pretty cool. Cable was taken to rank 3 for APOC. That's pretty much it. And Cosmic Class, actually have not that many in here. We got Hercules. He's just, you know, Hercules. Everyone's got to have a Hercules in their roster. Venompool, who I think is the best Venom in the game, between Venom and Venompool. I think Venompool is more relevant, but Venom's better for Battlegrounds, so I kind of want Venom in my roster. I don't have him actually as a 6-star. CGR, who I've started to not like as much as I used to. I feel like the 5-hit combo requirements that he has is kind of like gotten annoying, if that makes any sense. I use him in AQ all the time, but like, I don't know, 5-hit combos to like activate judgments is just not my favorite thing to do, and there's other Cosmics who do, you know, really strong things as well, but they don't have that rigid rotation that he has. And if CGR, you can't really do his rotations, and you can't really like line up things properly. He's not that great in terms, or in comparison to everybody else. Red Goblin is a sleeper champ. I used to use him in AQ a lot because he's a lot of fun. Pair him up with Odin, and you just spam heavy attacks. It's a lot of fun. Odin, he was one of my favorite rank 3s that I had back when I first started like taking a bunch of champs up to rank 3. I really love the support value he has, and he's also just a really strong champ. He hits really hard. He's got decent utility. So yeah, I like me some Odin. Gore is getting buffed. I took him to rank 3 before. I know a lot of people are saying like I undervalue Gore in my tier lists. I've played with him. I just don't like how stressful he is. He's going to be great after his buff, but right now I just don't enjoy Gore. I don't think he's a lot of fun to use. I don't think he's that great, but he's going to be amazing after his buff. So then we got King Groot. He's a beast in Alliance Quest. Regen God. Took up Annihilus as a defender, but you know, just don't really use him. Gamora, I have a soft spot for her. Her buff I think is really cool but underrated. I actually want to start using her in Battlegrounds again soon, but she's not that great for this current meta. And then Hyperion, he's just Hyperion. You know how Hyperion is. He's amazing. Tech champs, we got Punisher 2099. This is my first ever natural Sig 200 tech champ, or first ever natural Sig 200, just period. Then we got Guardian. I think he's Sig 180. I might be able to take him to 200. He's Sig 160. I'm going to try to get him to 200 because that's a really good signature ability. Guillotine 2099, who I absolutely despise. I don't know why I took her up. I wish I could rank her down. War Machine, who I think is really cool, but I just never get to use. Rocket, I love him. I love the little trash panda. If he was just a little bit tankier, I'd take him to rank 4, but we'll see. Captain America Sam Wilson, I think he needs Sig 200 to be taken to rank 4. At least that's how I see it personally, because it's such a huge benefit that he kind of needs. Silver Centurion, I love him, but again, like he's just one of those champs that don't really need him, so he's just gonna chill there at rank 3. Hulkbuster is someone I've been considering to go to rank 4 because of just his decent two-way value. He can be very annoying on Battlegrounds defense because of the chip damage from the shock. If you shock immune, you won't remove the armors when you crit. He'll just keep building them up unless you armor break him. So he's really good on defense for that reason. And he also has the offensive ability accuracy reduction per armor up. So he's just a really solid defender overall. Yondu, who I think is underrated, who is also not that great in my opinion. He's slow. He's safe but slow. not so great for battlegrounds is what I was saying. I love his utility. He's slower, so I'm not going to use him much in battlegrounds, but he's cool. I like his buff. Howard, I love Howard so much. He's a lot of fun. I've been considering taking to rank 4 because he's so much fun. He's so good, and it's a duck. Iron Man Infinity War, I took him up before his buff went live, hoping it'd be good, and I'm not a huge fan, but he's still decent, has some defense value. And then Civil Warrior, took him up to rank 3 for the Battlegrounds meta, and did not have him in my deck at all because Gallon exists. So yeah. Lastly, we have the Mystic class. We have Dr. Doom at rank 3. I don't even think I have him at Sig 200. Yeah, he's at Sig 60, and I don't think I'm ever going to take Dr. Doom up super high. I don't want to rank him up. Guillotine, I have a soft spot for, even though her buff was kind of annoying because I wish it did more. I like her. She's fun. She's got a good synergy with Night Thrasher, so having her at rank 3 is, fun to have. Next up, we have Mojo, who I also have a soft spot for because I think his utility is super cool. Not many champs reduce buff duration and punish champs for it, so I think he's a really cool champ, and I really hope they dive into that design space a little bit more, but I'm also kind of weary about it because if they do it, they might outclass Mojo. So I don't know. Mojo's fun. I love him. Dragon Man, I haven't really got much use out of him. He's good, but I just really haven't used him much, and I don't know if I'd take him to rank 4. I did use him for EOP Karina's V3, but I don't know. America Chavez, she's going to go to rank 4 soon after Mystic Spidey when I get him. Her buff's just amazing. I think it's great. And she's going to be super relevant in Battlegrounds as a decent 2-way. So yeah, I enjoy America Chavez. We got Juggernaut, he's good, but he's a little bit limited on what he can take because of his non-damaging debuff interaction. Got Mangog, he's just a decent defender. He's also decent on attack, but it's I don't know. It's Mangog. Purgatory, I think she's just fun. I don't really use her much. I wish she would get a cool buff, and then she'd be this cool ramp up champ, but as of right now, she's just kind of useless, and I have her there for fun. Longshot, I think he's awesome. I used a Mystic Gem on him. I wanted to start investing Sigs into him, but I'm holding everything for Mystic Spidey. Longshot, I think, is just an awesome champ. He's aged insanely well. He's just an amazing character all around. Dr. Voodoo, I wish he aged a little bit better. His damage is kind of lacking. He could be a proper candidate for a value buff. But yeah, I took him up with a Mystic Gem as well. And yeah, I enjoy Voodoo, but I wish he was just a little bit better. And then we have Scarlet Witch down here. She's Scarlet Witch Sig 1, so it's just she's not insanely good. And then if we filter by rank 2s, we've got none in the Mystic class. And our only rank 2 is Miles Morales Spider-Man, who I'm not going to take to rank 3 because I just don't like Miles Morales Spider-Man in this game. I wish he was better because then I would actually want to take him up, but he's just so eh. I just don't find him much. I don't find him that fun in the game. His animations are kind of boring. I kind of am not a big fan of the spider animations that exist right now. They're good for intercepting and stuff, but they're super basic. They feel aged. I wish they'd get smoothed up a little bit, but yeah, that's it for this video. Just want to show you guys on my rank, my rank 5 5-star, my rank 4s, rank 3s, rank 2. So hope you guys enjoyed this, the count tour. If you guys have any questions, let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you guys for the next video or stream. Peace out.